Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of Chill, Relax, Plant content where we try our best and we try to get the plants to grow how we want them to grow. So, I did a video earlier and now I'm doing another one because I feel like it. And we're going to be tackling some, I don't even know if you can see these, some Hoyas. So now these are Hoyas that are already in pots that I have cuttings of, and I'm going to try to add back into the pot. Some of these Hoyas have mealybugs, so we'll be dealing with that. And I guess I can give you an up-close view of that. What a little mealybug cluster looks like. I hope you can see that. Right there. So we have our handy dandy, and look at the roots. They're just like covered. There's algae on the roots. It's fine. It's whatever. The plant's living. It's growing. Even with the mealies, even with the algae, it's growing. So we're going to be spraying them down, getting all the algae off, and mealybugs off. And then we are going to be potting them back into their original pots. And we're going to see if it'll even fit. Some of these plants are pretty full already. My Obscura, I'm not going to be able to pot up. I have a bunch of them right here. As you can see, some of them didn't make it, but some of it did. And the pot I have, my 4-inch pot of that, is already like full to the brim and growing really well. I could probably take cuttings from that. I'm going to have to start cutting some of my Hoyas, and it's bothering me a little bit because I don't want to cut them. But they're getting too top heavy. I don't feel like dealing with trellises. I just don't, and so I'm not going to. Or moss poles or anything like that. So, yeah. We're just going to see. This might have to go into its own brand new pot. There is supposed to be like a little Renaissance fair type of thing. And coming up in the next couple of months out by me. So maybe, and like people can bring stuff to trade or whatever. So maybe I'll just bring some plants and see what happens. So, yeah. I guess let's get set up. Spray these down first. And then start cracking into that potted plants. Making sure there's room to put all of the plant that I have to put in these pots. And yeah. So grab a drink, grab a snack, grab some plants, and let's start doing some planty stuff. Alright. Alrighty guys, so in here I have basically like a 50% of alcohol, isopropyl alcohol mixed with water. What I do is I have a bigger jug and I take 6 90% proof little Dollar Tree alcohol bottles. I pour it in there, and then I fill the rest of my container up, and it ends up diluting the concentration really, into where it's like a 50% isopropyl alcohol concentration. So that's what I have in here, and I got this little bad boy at Dollar General, I think. I got it last year on clearance after like spring had already sprung and was done. So I got it for like $6, $4, something like that. So I just pump it up and spray the hell out of everything. I also spray the top of the soils too. I don't really drench the plant, but if anything falls down into the soil, hopefully me spraying the top layer of the soil also kills any mealies. I've kind of accepted the fact that there's going to be mealybugs. They don't really, unless you like really leave them a long time, they don't hurt the plant too bad. Or to the point where like you can't remedy the plant. So it is what it is. If I had to pick between like thrips, spider mites, mealies, fungus gnats, mealies are the pests that I want. Alright, now that that has all been sprayed down, did I show you that this little peduncle right here from my Hoya Joy has became a peduncle? Has grown, I guess. I'm going to let them sit for a little bit. Then I'm going to take all of the plants that are in water propagations, rinse them under the sink, kind of rub the leaves off. I'm not going to show you that. You know what that looks like. And then the next time I see you, we'll be digging into some dirt. So, yeah. Alright. Alright. So we're going to start off with the Hoya Joy. This, I cut everything back down to these 2 leaves. We got this brand new leaf, this little stem coming in right here. And then I took 4 cuttings, and all 4 have rooted. As far as I know, I haven't lost any of these cuttings. A couple of them I've lost, but none of the joys. So we are going to try to repot this all together. So this is what is held on by the roots. Oops, sorry. Can you see all that? So we're just going to pull stuff apart. This is the old stem from the last time, from where all these cuttings came from actually. So we're just going to lightly pull everything apart. Check for any like root mealies, because that's can be a thing. But I don't see anything too crazy. So we're going to reuse some of the soil just to cover up the bottom part. Shove this back in there, and then see what else we could fit in here. They all have like really big roots. This guy's a 3-leafer. So we have that. I don't know. This might be a bad idea, guys. But we have to we just gotta, we can't keep living like this. We need to consolidate. Alright, the first plant. I don't know what you saw, what you didn't see. Did you see anything? Kinda. But this is what she looks like now. There's at least 5 plants in there. We'll see if they all survive. I'm going to spray them all down with some water. And hopefully, you know, they all live and they're all happy. We'll find out. Alright, the next one. I know I just potted my sigillatus up. But I forgot I had this little cutting of like the longer leafed sigillatus, and I'm not sure if this is gonna survive. Like the stem is all gross, but it's been in water for months at this point, so I'm just gonna put her in there and see what happens. We're gonna cut off the stem though, because that part of the stem is garbage. And we're just gonna lightly put her in there and kind of just backfill a little bit. Alright, so that was quick and easy. Hopefully she does well. I mean, she lived for months in water, so, I mean, now she's got soil, right? So she should do good, right? Right? Alright, the next one we're going to be potting up is my Hoya Morellii. Again, I had cut her back. This part right here is from where these cuttings are. These cuttings didn't all make it. I know I need a couple more. I made a couple more cuttings, but some of them rotted. But we do have two, although this one doesn't really have any roots, but it's still firm, so we're gonna pot her up and just see what happens, because I'm tired of waiting. Alright, so she's got a lot more roots. They're doing pretty well. Let's pull out the old dead guy. Let's break up some of these roots. Not roots, but just break off the soil. Oh, the coconut core from the original plant has finally dislodged itself, which is good. Yeah, so I don't want to mess up these roots too bad. Alright. What she looks like. We'll see. We will see. Alright, the next one is my Hoya macrophylla. This is what she's looking like in the pot. And then I have two cuttings, which are nicely rooted and ready to go. Pull this guy out. We got one that's stuck. I do think these roots should be quite substantial. I am hoping. I've had this plant for years at this point. Not too bad, not too bad. Just gonna loosen up whatever doesn't want to stay. This one also has the coconut husk. Maybe I'll try to rip that off. I got some pieces of that off. Alright, got most of that off. Good to know. Cool, cool. Alright. Stick this back over here. I'll put one cutting leaning this way. The other cutting leaning that way to try to balance it out, maybe. I also hope using this new soil gives these plants like a little refresher. because these guys have been potted in these pots for a couple years, and you know they only get fertilizer when I remember, which is not often. So how's that look? Better? I know I feel like this guy's a little twisted, but he'll figure himself out. Alright. Alright, the next plant is the Hoya incrusata. Let me put this back. And these are all the cuttings. These guys still look a little wrinkled, so let's see what the roots look like for these guys. Took a bunch of cuttings. So let us see. Alright, so the wrinkly guy doesn't have any roots. Alright, so we're going to stick him back in water. We'll see what happens with him. We'll see. He doesn't have any roots and he's wrinkly. So we'll wait on him. We have this guy doing well. This guy, pretty good. Alright, we got a bunch of cuttings here. Alrighty. This guy with this new tendril and leaf. This guy with a bunch of new growth, a new tendril, a little itty bitty baby new leaf right here. Got this guy, another new tendril. I think most of these guys were like one leaf cuttings, and yeah, so we're doing pretty good, except for that one that didn't have any roots. Should I just stick them in the soil? I don't know. The other one with the Morellii, the plant still felt really good, so I feel like the plant would make roots, but this guy, he's a little wrinkly still, so I'm not even sure. I don't know. I put him back in water. Let me know in the comments below if I should just throw him in or not. Alright, so this guy got a good amount of roots. Alright. Let's see how much we could fit in here. Alright, we got one guy. Hope you can see this guy. I know some people, you know, have mentioned about like selling cuttings and stuff like that, because I do normally have a bunch of cuttings, but one, I want my plants to be fully established. These aren't like big enough for me to want to sell yet. Like I want the plant to be full and healthy. I'll show you my Obscura, because that plant is doing very well. So this guy has all this stem. I'm going to cut this bottom piece off. There's no roots on that spot. We'll just shove them in and see what happens. It's a lot of cuttings. Maybe I can't get all these in here. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, we'll leave these out, I guess, for now. Because that's a pretty full plant, I think, right? That looks full. So that's what she's looking like. We still have 3.5 cuttings because the one doesn't have roots. Alright, so so we'll put these guys back in water and try to figure something else out. Gotta get all the roots in there. Alright, so we have some more Incana. Alright, and last I just want to show you, this is my potted up Obscura, and then these are the cuttings. I cannot get more into this pot, so they're going to stay in water for now. I will go through and just clean up the dead stuff, change the water out, but yeah, I don't know what we're doing with that yet, so yeah. Alrighty guys, so these are the plants, the Hoyas we potted up. Let me know which one is your favorites. And we still have some Obscura and Incana that I still don't know what to do with, but they're in water. So we're probably going to bring those to the Renaissance Fair. But yeah, so this is what they look like. Let me know your opinions, what you think is going to happen to these guys. How many of them do you think will live and how many won't? And until next time, relax, plants. Peace out.